Hello, it is Lord Haywire. I am streaming some 2D4X like always on the weekends. One day I'll stream Hex Demon again. I just need to get the motivation to work on that. I'm so far along, I need an artist and all that shit. Anyways, 2D4X is like a post-apocalyptic game that's inspired by like Crusader Kings, Victoria 3. There's actually a lot of Victoria 3 coming in here. Never played Victoria 2, so I don't know. We are going to do a compile on this, and that's what we were working on last week. We were getting all these issues, and I fixed the issues offline, which I generally try not to do. I try to stream everything I do, but lately I have been motivated to get shit done offline because, I like to work on stuff sometimes for like 10 minutes at a time. And it didn't actually take that long to fix this issue. So I got some test stuff in here we'll want to get rid of. But once we build this, export it, we'll make a version, and I think we'll do version 0.1.0. It's a real piece of shit. But, like, it's playable, but it's like nothing would be fun or anything. It's not really a game at this point. But how I fixed this, what was happening before is it said it couldn't find these directories with this variable here, which list path. We fucked around with this a bunch of different ways, and it just wouldn't work. And so what I went through is I just manually typed this shit in, and what it needed first, which I didn't understand or what. It needed to open the root directory first. Then you can open this other stuff. And that was kind of like the whole key thing was it had to open the root directory first, and they couldn't be variables. I could not make it work with a variable, regardless of how I tried. So if we look down here, what I have it doing as a test is I have it reading what's in this directory, like, hey, what's in the root directory? And so this matches, over here. And there's the list ones that it says it couldn't find, and I have a compiled version here too. And we'll look at this. See, here it is. It has the list of directories in there. So this is everything. Lord Mac, how's it going? So this is all of the directories that have been compiled, and this is the list ones we were having issues with. So, I'm going to check one thing. Let's take this thing out of here. I'm going to cut this. I think I already tested this, but I can't remember. I don't know why export all is not. It's suddenly gone. Oh, I'm also embedding this stuff. So well, this is open. We can't do it while this is open. Saturday streaming. I know I was actually thinking before I started, I was like, Saturday morning, is that like the stream, like a good time to stream? So we need to have that thing in there. That let's see it can't find that directory. And we're back to these bugs again. So let's make sure that that's in there. And this is going to be a problem not a problem. It just got to be something. I need to have like a compile list or something like that of things I need to do before I compile the game. So we need to go, it's still on my clipboard, so I'm just going to put it back. You know what we could also do is just delete all this to make sure it's nice and clean. Once again, I don't know why export all suddenly went away. That's quite strange. Is it this thing? Huh. Well, we'll find out soon enough. Yeah, well, no, this is just a directory with these text files in it. So yeah, that's actually an important thing, is why this one directory does it not like. So everything else in here is kind of like Godot related, like all these .cs and all that stuff, and all the this is a resource, so it's TRES. So it knows to get rid of, it knows to bring that stuff in, But the lists are text files, and it doesn't think like that's part of the game, so you have to manually tell it. So I mean, we had this in here, but it still wasn't working because of this part where it needed to first get into the root directory, which I didn't know was a thing. And we can actually comment this shit out now. We'll comment it, we'll run it. So this was just that list of directories. This stuff, strange path, I don't think we need that anymore. I think we should leave this editor thing just in case for later. This isn't worthwhile anymore. It's going to be version 0.1.0. Well, yeah, it's not really. It's pre-alpha. It's not like it's let's run this here. It's not like it's playable. I mean, it's playable, but it's not going to be fun or anything. It's not going to be anything. All right, we didn't get any bugs there. So let's see what we got here. I'm trying to limit the amount of crap here. Strange path. We can get rid of strange for this other strange path. I don't see it. Maybe I didn't save it. I guess I didn't save it. All right. We know. All right, let's do this again. There is, and I looked it up. I might actually have it still open. There's a variety. Oh, no, I guess I closed it. There's a variety of different ways of doing versioning, and I don't really care that much about it. You know what I mean? Like, it's not that important to me. But we can get rid of this directory thing to this one. And let's move this down. But I figured I would go with like one of the standards because I think 0.1 actually is too high of a number, if that makes sense, because that makes it seem like that there's something playable. But what I'm gonna do is we'll be stuck on 0.1, and then with the next point, the next part is gonna be going up forever until we get to 0.2, basically. That's the plan, at least. So this plays right. Let's export this. It still doesn't say export all. I wonder what changed since the other day. Oh, I changed to mobile. I wonder if that was it. That was another thing I was going to mention is that I changed to the mobile build system or whatever the fuck it is in Godot, because someone on my Discord was talking about how they couldn't play stuff that was compiled on Forward Plus. Let's see if that has anything to do with it. No, I wonder why that suddenly got grayed out. All presets must have an export path defined for export all to work. This is defined, man. Export path. But we want this to be on mobile. It doesn't really matter at this point. Yeah, exactly. So that's what I was originally going to do as a joke, like just have it 0. But I just decided whatever. It doesn't really matter that much. Let's see what happens if I export. We're in the right directory. This is checked because I want this to be embedded, the pack to be embedded. I mean, everything appeared, so. And we're not getting any bugs. So it works. So now we got to put this on GitHub. We're going to release this to the public. For some reason, this thing's kind of large. It's somewhat, you know what that is it's the counties, or they explode in size when we make their masks and stuff, which should be something that we work on at some point, but maybe even today. All right, so let's push this. works. V 0.0, what, 1.0. And we're going to commit it all. Like, I'm sure there's like some professional developers are very probably anal about the versioning. I don't care that much. We're going to merge these branches. Come over here. And we're going to merge this into main. And we're going to fingers crossed everything worked. We're going to push this here to GitHub. And then, it might not let me. It might not let me do a release without paying them money because of the size of this thing. We'll see. And I haven't ever done a release. Create a new release. Release title. Basic game functions work. Choose a tag. Do I have to have a tag? I remember create a new tag. I'm sure. It's common practice to prefix your version names with a letter. Oh, I remember. I did. So I have done this before. I forget what it was for. Yeah, we're going to put a V in there. I guess it's going to do it on publish. I need to put some files on here, though. Okay, and here's, if you're new to releasing software, we highly recommend you learn about, this is not the thing I was reading, but this is a minor version, and then this is the patch for that minor version. So this is to answer your question from earlier. I'm not going to put letters in there. Describe this. This is the basic game, though it is pretty pointless to release this version. There we go. Drop attach binaries. They aren't binaries, but we're going to drop this stuff in here. We don't support this file type. I remember this whole thing when I did this another time for what it was that I can't remember what I was doing. Let's do this one at a time. Attach. I mean, it's production ready, but we'll do it. We'll say it's a pre-release. Attach binaries by dropping them or selecting them. I don't think it's going to let me upgrade these DLLs. I wonder if I have to zip them or something. Zip the whole thing up. It, it is the framework. That's a good way to put it, I guess. I think it's going to bug out at some point here. Or these are going to not be in their own folder. That's going to be the problem. You know what we can do is Google this. What's this? Oh yeah, there's something we got to do first though. This guy just made a thing that releases it automatically on its own. That's kind of nice, but it's not going to happen that frequently. Let's go What is this thing doing at this point? Man, it's still going. Yeah, I don't think this is working how I want it to. Well, I need to wait to see if it's like in a folder. I don't think it's going to be because I went into the folder and selected them. We probably need to compress this whole thing. Let's just compress it. I'm compressing on my other monitor, or attempting to. Not with that. It's doing something. There it goes. Can we cancel this? I can't cancel this. Let's do this. Because there's actually something I want to do first. Cancel or close. I'm going to close this thing because I fucked it all up. Let's go here. Another version of Kaiserreich, huh? I decided I wish Kaiserreich had more modifications to the actual game. All right, we need to go to here, and we need to go. We don't need a template. You know, it's not giving us that error anymore. And oh, you know why? I think I clicked the don't. What we'll do, you know what? We'll make this come back here. Let's delete this. I want to start from scratch, and I want to get that error, and I want to fix it. And then I also want to put like, so up in here, I think it's under project settings. We can put a version. I don't want to do a icon yet. I mean, I guess I could. It's kind of a pain in the ass to do icons for Windows. You have to do them a bunch of different sizes. So let's go back to here. Whoops, not here. I think I'm thinking of Unity. In Unity, there's like you type in a bunch of information there. All right, let's add this Windows thing back in here. This is the error I wanted. We want this to be marked. We got to go lists star and export Windows. Must be configured in the editor settings. Export Windows. We need to set this thing up. Godot RC edit setup. Oh, it looks like I've already been here. How do I set up the RC edit thing? As you must have found in the docs. Let me start out by insulting you. You can set red edit path in editor general export Windows. This is also wine. Although in my case I have blah blah blah. Check out this thread. You still need to disable using RC edit to change Windows icon of your exported project is a pain in the ass, especially when you're developing on Linux. As my PR to master is accepted and backported 3.1. I guess maybe we'll just click this button that makes it shut up, Or have a look at PR directly. What is this thing? Oh, we don't care about that shit. RC Edit is a Windows program to edit resources of EXEs on Windows. However, it's also used on non-Windows. It's available here. You can download, then you can paste. However, here's the document page. Yeah, so you have to make all these. Yeah, you got to do this shit. And I don't feel like doing that today. We'll do it at some point. It doesn't matter right now. So if you've ever watched my other channel and you see me suddenly point out that like a game has the wrong icon at the in there, I'll be like, this game runs and it has the wrong icon at the bottom. A lot of times it'll have a Unity icon or something. It'll be some indie project. This is what I'm talking about that they haven't done for their game. And if they're releasing it on Steam, they need to have done this before. And this is like, I know it's a pain in the ass, but it also like is a level of professionality that you would expect from a game released on Steam. This is not released on Steam, and I'm also being incredibly unprofessional. After downloading, I think I already have this on my computer. You can download it here. I don't really want to download this if I don't already. I probably have some old version. Let's go back to here. No, I already knew that it was a pain in the ass, but like I said, it's a requirement to not, like, once you've done it once, you don't it's not a pain. It's just setting up unless you're changing your icon, like this is the icon we're talking about, or like the Chrome one, but you only have to do it once, like I said, unless you're changing your icon all the time. I just don't want to right now because I'm not to the point where I'm releasing stuff. I don't want to do the icon, so that's not, what does this error say? And I think there's a place where I can just turn it off. Exactly, this thing down here on your taskbar. Exactly. What does this say? There's also, I wonder why export all went away since last time I went, since the last time I played or whatever. We want this to be in here. We're going to call it, okay, 2D, capital D, 4X. All right, so we have that. Now export all is back. Yeah, it's some weird, like you have to reset. Oh, we have two of them in here, though. Let's go. Let's do this. Let's get rid of this crap real quick. There we go. A nice, fresh start. We'll go up one. Save. Combined, no. In here. Save. There we go. I don't. That's the other thing. I was thinking that like yesterday or the day before, just making like a text file that said like 2D 4X and make it a square and put it down here. It'd be turn out all pixelated and weird looking. And I think if we export, do we have our thing marked? We do. If we do export all, I'm going to do a debug release here. I think it will tell me, or disable application modify resources in the export settings. I should have screenshot application modify resources. Okay, so I must have checked that the other day. I just couldn't remember. Then we're going to run this again just to make sure. We should probably run the unconsoled version here too. Then we'll zip it again because I just zipped it. And then we'll upload it again. All right, everything seems to be somewhat normal here. Okay. Oh, just not like just as a working one, not like a real one that just would just say 2D 4x, in a little square, just so it wouldn't be this Godot thing. But then I was like, man, I don't want to do that shit. I don't want to fuck with that. Not at this point. Probably the next version will want to do that. All right. So we have this. Let's compress this shit. Let's see here. No, because that's not going to be the whole game isn't going to take place in the Pacific Northwest. It's just I wish I had an artist. We don't need this. We need this. I want to restart this because I don't want this other crap in here. Let's go to create a new release. What was the foundation of game is set? That's it. No period. I was reading this thing and it was saying that Generation Z and millennials find texts with periods at the end insulting or needlessly rude. And I always put correct punctuation in my text messages. And I was wondering if that was a problem. Come over here, motherfucker. Go in there. Then we sit here and wait. I'm surprised. So what does this say? On publish, create new tab. Tag name can't be plagued. Tag name is not well formed. I wanted to. Oh, here's tags. Create a new release. I remember going through this exact same thing, and then I came up. With like a whole thing for it with like dashes. I forget what that was for though. The fuck was I releasing? Yeah, like this kind of thing. The hell was it? All right, so we have the target is right. Whenever I go to here, um, it's common practice to prefix your version names with some good. Maybe this is not what does this say? Release title. Maybe this is the problem. This is the problem. Whoops. V. I'd like a lowercase v. Come on. 0.0. There we go. Let's copy this thing again. Valid tags. I totally remember going through this whole thing. It was years ago, though. Select a valid tag to automatically add the markdown for all the GitHub tags. Navigate to the main on the right of the list of files, click Releases. At the top of the page, click Tags. God damn it, why can't I remember anything? A tag date may be different. Fucking GitHub. This doesn't really help me. On the top of the Releases page, click Releases. I don't need to draft a new one. It's common practice to prefix. Oh, I suffixed. Like this. 2D 4x. Those are zeros. To prefix. Is that how people do that? What was I looking at? Ainge band. This is not what. This is, I want to go to here, but I don't want to go to this. I want to go to this. And then I want to go to the repositories. Ainge band. This thing's had 1,000 releases? Let's see what it does. I can always get rid of it. Prefix your version names with the letter. Some good tags might be, all right, if the tag isn't meant for production use, add a pre-release version after the version name. Whatever, I don't give a shit. If you're new, we highly recommend you learn this thing. A newly published release will automatically be labeled as the latest release for this repository. If set as latest release is unchecked, the latest release will return by the highest and creation date. Unless it's published. Tag name can't be blank. Tag name is not well formed. Published releases must have a valid tag name. But when I go to here, can I just type in here? Okay, so I was clicking on this thing. All right, so this needs to be, this is what this needs to be here. Okay, that's the problem. That was my problem from the beginning, is that thing. I probably should have put a release in there. Spaces in writing, I was reading about like because paper was so valuable that like they would write in like lines this way. They, as in the ancient people, I don't know what country or whatever. They would write this way, but then they would also write another, like they would turn the page and then write the other way. So like the text would be crossed. When you ran out of one room, you could fit more in the other direction. All right, let's look back at what this looks like now. Does this look like something we want? We have one tag, create a new release. And what does this say? This looks perfect. This is exactly what we want. Complete garbage. All right, now we have our release done. And this shit is done. We actually can delete these versions. So now anybody can download that and run it on there. And we did mobile, right? Yep, we're on mobile, which is not, that doesn't mean like mobile gaming. It means something else. Then I want to get rid of these branches. These extra branches. We'll delete this crap. UI themes. I don't remember what that was. I think we merged that branch into somewhere else. There we go. And then we'll get rid of this crap over here. I think they just didn't have access to the, like it's kind of you got to kind of have money to have the chance to go to schools and stuff if you're outside working all day long. All right, so we're done here. I was thinking, like, it's crazy, the cursive, which was what everyone was using in the good old days too. It was, the scripts and stuff were definitely insane. Also because it would be person to person. Think about like how cursive is now, where it's not all exactly the same. And some people, you can't even read their signature. Imagine if that signature was, that type of writing was someone's whole, Bible or whatever that you're trying to read. Exactly, non-standardized. I do know that, obviously the printing press was a huge deal. All right, so we've done this. That was about 40 minutes. Yeah, that's about what I thought it would take mentally, because I knew that I would struggle with something dumb on GitHub. I feel like GitHub is very unintuitive, but after you kind of get used to it, it kind of works. We could have turned like this fall, that thing right there, into our icon. We'll do that next time. We'll put that on our list. Where's I have this somewhere. Let's go to a project. And we need to update this project anyways. So under export project, wherever the fuck that is, here it is. We have fixed this. We have fixed this. While I'm here, I'll just archive some of these. Just whatever. Who gives a shit, right? Can we just archive all of these? We'll just archive all of this. That's what we'll do. But on here, I said archive all, and I guess it didn't? Oh, they're still going. On here, we'll need use RC, what the fuck was that called? RC edit to create an icon for the exe. I also did a test build to Linux the other day, but I don't have a Linux box to test it on. Windows has a Linux subsystem that I thought was installed on this computer, but I guess it wasn't, and I didn't want to do another one. I didn't want to reinstall. It takes a while, and I don't have that much room on my C drive, and I bet you it will not allow me to do stuff that is not, or to install it not on the C drive. All right, so let's go through this crap. We're gonna do the map editor next. We're just gonna add a few things. That I want. Well, what do we got here? I'm curious how Godot works with. So in the map editor, when we create all the counties and stuff, right now it's loading the counties from disk. I meant like to like a D drive or something, like to a different disk, because I don't have that much space on my computer. I only got 86 gigs free on my C drive. Even though it would perform much slower, I'd rather install it onto the D drive. And I bet you can't. It just seems like something. It seems like something that Windows would be like, nope, you don't have a choice. But maybe I'm just not. I haven't done it in years. It's not external. They're inside the computer. They're just like all of these are inside of my computer. These two, whenever I get a new computer, I just take the old C drive and put it inside my new computer. I literally just plug it in and toss it inside. As long as it's not hitting a fan, I just throw it in there. Because they're all SSDs now. It doesn't matter if it's not an SSD like that bigger one is. I have to gently place it in there. You can't throw those things inside. So let's see. Back to our thing here. After the map editor, we're going to do research. Well, what are we doing in the map editor? Let's move this over. Oh, what I was talking about was, so this, in the map editor, I closed it. It saves these to here, to these scenes. But what I'm kind of curious about, I guess it saves all of the variables in here too. So what we could do, one of the things we need to do is have it, and I already have this code written somewhere, written where it's going to, so if we play this normally here, I'm going to make sure that this county is possible building control. We don't need that open. If we play this normally, so if we create a guy and we say go to here, he's just going to move immediately to here. And what we want it to do is to pathfind. And I already have the code written for the pathfinding. I did it so long ago that now I can't remember how it works. But so we'll want that to actually move to each, and then we're gonna have infrastructure put in here. So one of the things to do the pathfinding is it needs to find the neighbors of each one of these, and it's actually doing it. I think we already added this in. Maybe we didn't. No, we did. So it's already finding the neighbors when you run the game. Wonder how long this takes. It's probably an insignificant amount of time. We could find out, though. I can't remember how to do this. There is. Where was I doing that? It's easier probably if I just look it up on where I was doing that already. It was under my, it was called like my lagger or something. Maybe it was this? There we go. You know, I didn't check any of my stuff here. Is everything working? Oh, I can't see YouTube again. I did the clicks though. Sorry guys on YouTube, I didn't see you. BRK, how's it going? I don't know why this happens. No, I mean, I know why it happens. I have like this thing that brings chat over to my OBS, but I didn't, it doesn't work every once in a while. I gotta click it after I start streaming, but it doesn't give me any like click feedback that I've clicked it. And sometimes I've noticed I don't click it. I need to check that. But yeah, I just missed your things. To answer your question, it was exported, but I wanted to export it again with the, you know, I did like some very minor changes. So, what was I doing? Oh, I wanted to load my lagger up. It's this is what I want. I want this. And I want this. I actually want all of this. And I want this down here. And then we're going to do this. I'm going to do a post on YouTube, make sure that it's working. Can I see this? Okay, it is working. I should do that every time now. Time to generate. That's milliseconds. So that's pretty quick. That's very, very quick. So it's probably not worth... We only have, like, it's going to be... So the reason I'm thinking about this is because I was thinking about having it in the map editor, find the neighbors, and then we would save it. But one of the things I want to do, we'll think about that for a second. I'll think about that when I go smoke too in 12 minutes or whatever. What I want to do is one of the things it does when we run this is it doesn't... when it generates these, one of them is set up with async and the other one is not. So I can like save the counties. It's gonna fuck shit up here. So let's basically fix all this. Let's stop this. Let's delete our counties. This thing's supposed to create the counties when we run the map editor. So let's play this scene. We got to make sure we don't have any open. So it's saying that there's no county that was added. How would you add it if there's nothing in there? Then when we generate the counties, it goes through. This is async. And let's put a label on here that says what it's doing. So we do, so that, because eventually this is going to be so the player can use the map editor. I got to change this music that you guys can't hear. So let's do this. First things first, we want to do a little bit of work on this map editor. We're going to need a label in here. Let's put it at the top. let's put it. Well, actually, let's not do it just a label, because the problem with it being just a label is it's going to look like that. Let's put a panel container. Let's just add it. Let's just start from scratch here. We'll put a control. This is going to be log control. Yeah, that's fine. We'll put this, we'll just delete this for now. It's not like I did anything with it. We're going to add a panel container. And then we're going to add a label inside here. And let's put this, we could put a dead center, I suppose. In the wrong thing. We could put a dead center. That we don't mean to make this control bigger here. Whoops. And then we can make this a set size. Minimum size, let's go to, I kind of want it, let's go like 500. 50. 500 isn't big enough. Let's do 700. Sometimes when stuff is centered, because it's centered to the screen, it doesn't look centered. You know what I mean? Like you want it up a tiny bit. But I think this will work. Then we'll have this thing centered. No, what we want. So let's put something in here. Centered. Centered. We can make this a little bit bigger. Font, let's say 20, no, not font. Font sizes, 24. There we go. Then we're gonna need a script on here. New script. Except we don't want it to be there. Yeah, we want it to be here. And we'll get rid of, we'll need that ready actually. Public static log control. Yeah. And then instance equals this, because we are going to call this thing. And then we're going to need an export public label, and we're going to call it center log, I think. Label. And then we'll do a private, nope, a public void update label. And then we'll do center log text equals string text. Then going back to this other thing, well, we need to put this in here. This, whatchamacallit, this label. Rename this to center log label, and then we'll go to the county checker here. You know, on the main game, there's no way to get to this yet, and I bet you this doesn't work. because it's using variables again. Yeah, see, this is like this plus thing, plus name. That's not going to work. So that's going to be a bummer. uh, let's put this probably is not going to work when it is available to the player after export. We need to update it to match the dir access crap in globals. So what I want to do here is log control instance update label and then so this shit's gonna fly by sometimes, but it doesn't. It's okay. That is okay. It's just more like for if shit breaks, you'll know where it breaks. And do we need anything else on here? In fact, I don't even know if this is going to be necessary because it's kind of the end of the world stuff that should be in the logs, not for the player to see. Let's see what that does actually. We're also going to have to put. At some point, we're going to have to make this go away, like not appear, like not be visible until a log is printed to it. So probably we should have. Probably we should have. Yeah, this is happening before the log thing. It sure is. Do I have a? I do. Trying to think the order I want to put this in. Because I bet you if I move this up here, we can get some other issue. Yeah, we get more issues if I move that up there. It doesn't know what that shit is. But what it's doing is it's calling this map, this county checker is calling something that's below it that hasn't been loaded yet, which is this thing. It hasn't happened yet. So if that's going to be a problem, oh, this is a good time for me to go take a break. Yeah, I'm going to go take a break. Then I'll be back in less than 5 minutes. And we'll figure out a way to do that in a different order so that it doesn't have that issue. Man, it's always some pain like that. Let me put on my break timer, and I will be back in less than 5 minutes. All right, I am back. We're gonna move the UI above and we'll fix those other problems. The UI, I hope. We'll move this up here. We'll put it above. I wonder how I did it on the other, on main. Where's the UI? All this stuff fires before the UI. Huh. I guess nothing calls? We need these things because the county creator. The other way we can do it, did I turn on my break timer? I did. The other way we can do it is all of this stuff comes before, though. I think we have to, in this particular case, put the UI up here. And then what is this thing's problem when we run this? What happens? County generation assign faction data to county data. Why would you have any problem with that? There's something on this. That's only when the button is pushed. So that shouldn't have any effect on anything. This is under generate assign faction. What line is that? Line 30. It weirds me out that any of this is. Check for map already generated. Oh, do I have some weird auto load in here? I might. But it's not what I'm thinking of. Let's see here. County generation. We don't need the lagger anymore. Generation. Current project, I think. Did I hit play? Why did this other thing get broken? Adjusting this. What did I do over here that I must have accidentally moved something on main? Oh, it can't do it because there's no counties. Okay. All right. So the first, we probably should put an error check in there and be like, no counties. You need to generate uh, counties first. So what's happening is I hit play, and I'm not playing. I'm using the map editor right now. So I meant I should have done play this scene. So the main can't work if I've deleted all the counties out of here. So we're definitely going to want to put like some sort of error check right at the beginning of main that says like just bail out. We could put that in globals. There's a way to do this. Where's the, do we have a ready in globals? Probably. Check for counties. And then we'll just make a thing here. And we'll exit out of here. And we'll see. So we need to look inside basically the counties folder. All we need to do is see what's inside the counties folder. So we're going to open up this directory. And we don't need all this crap at the end. This is just because, you know, we can just delete this crap. And this crap. And this crap. That we need. Oh, this is still working with the variable. How strange. Well, I guess we aren't to that point at this where we're actually loading stuff. We're gonna look at then we're gonna say if this exists, but not the list. We gotta hard code this shit in here, which is kind of lame. Counties. If counties exists, we need to get what it's a dir access. No, it's gonna be directory. It's like file list, get files. We'll go like this. This is gonna be, I think, a string. Yeah, so we're gonna need a string array called files. And then if files.length is greater than 0, no, is equal to 0, GD prints, you need to generate the counties in the map editor, period, exclamation point. And then else, and then we need to exit the game, which I forget how to do, so we'll look up how to do that. Godot exit game. No. Quit requests. Here we go. And we actually can return. We just get the fuck out of here. Else, well, no, and then we don't have an else. We just want, if there's nothing in there, we just want it to break. So right now, if we hit play, just a normal play, it should close the game out and print on the output that we don't. It shouldn't even get to this debugging part. Okay, it didn't work. There are no files in counties. So where am I checking for that? Because we're already checking for it somewhere. There are no counties. You know what? When you hit redo it, it redoes the last thing you were doing. No? Why would it be looking at the save? This isn't it. County that was added. How are you adding any counties? No files in res dot. What are you doing? I see it right here. No files in. No no files in. But this isn't the county checker. You shouldn't be being run at all right now. No files in res. The county loader. Check map already generated. That's also in the editor. Why is it running this stuff out of main? Did I put another thing in here and I just don't remember? County loader. Check map already generated. So this should already be checking. There's no files. I guess it's checking. How to go? How do you fix it? How do you fix your internet problems? So it's already checking this. We just don't have if there's no files it needs. So we can go back to this globals thing and we can put this over to the county loader. Is that where this thing was? No, it's under, no, it is. And then we'll go back over to globals here and we'll get rid of this thing since we've already have this in here. And then we'll go play. Distance from Wi-Fi. All right, so what happened there is it croaked, which is what we wanted it to do, except it still did some other stuff. See, it kept going for a minute. That's kind of strange. We should probably, how did I do that? There's a way to do this where you can go, instead of GD print, you can put like GD print air. What does this do? Let's see what print air does. We want it to be very, wind, how's it going? We want it to be very obvious that there's something wrong. Okay, that didn't do it. Push warning. Pushes a warning message to build. There, let's see what this does. Because I'm gonna forget that I did this, and I want it to be so obvious. It's there, but it's. This needs to be in a different spot. It also isn't like. You know how normally there's like, it says there's 4 issues? I guess it's because I'm exiting. We could also do that thing. Instead of, so the rainbow one, what is it? Print rich. You can do, what was it? It's like red. And then it like, let's see. And you put like red at the Joker. How's it going? Let's see here. Godot red. Console red. Why is it so tiny here? We did this. A brewski. What type of beer do you guys like, chat? I'm just curious. I'm a shit beer drinker. That's not what I want. What was the thing? I remember looking this up once and me going, I don't want to do this. I'm too lazy. But now I want to do it. And it was like you put like red at the end and red at the beginning. Like the rainbow one, you could just put rainbow. Is it print? Print air didn't do what I wanted though. Let's see. Oh, I still shit beer is the shit. That didn't work. But like I think I gotta put like slash red or something at the end. I can't remember. This is 3 years ago. It's like color equals red text. Oh, I think yeah. Yeah. I'm gonna go back to this rich. Color equals red text slash. Oh, but it's got to be in the thing. I think that it is that, and we can Google that if. This one so I don't want to use rainbow because this one's more important. Oh, there it is. Okay. So, and then also what's happening is we still are getting all these bugs. I want this to happen before. All right, I want this to be here. So the county loader is here, but it seems to keep going for a set. Like it gets a little farther. Let's put this. I mean, we already have. I mean, I guess it doesn't really matter, but it would be nice not to have all this other stuff below it. Oh, is that how that works? It's kind of interesting. So you get big blocks of the different colors. I mean, I guess it doesn't really matter. As long as it quits there, and it has something to catch my eye in the future. Phiseus? I'm trying to. So basically, I was running. I was going play this scene, which is the map editor. And it was bugging out because I am so used to just hitting play over here that I actually wasn't right clicking going and play the scene. I wanted to do these two different scenes. Um, so I was trying to make it so that there's a warning that tells me that what I'm doing, I need to fix something basically. But no, it's not an Arma thing. It's a 2D 4X game, and I'm currently it's going to take place in North America, but I'm just using this little Pacific Northwest area as a thing, as a test area. Arma 3. I want to check out the new Arma. I don't not the new like the one that's not released. There's that newer one that looks kind of okay. So this one is this is what we want to see here. That's correct. Then we got this control mouse over the whole goddamn thing. Actually, that one didn't matter. This one is the one. Do I think Godot is the best game engine? Um, that's oh shit, I did it again. See, I hit play. I'm just so used to hitting play. Uh, it depends on what you're making. I think if you were making like a really graphically intense game, it might not be the best thing. Though I literally, before I started the stream, was watching a Splattercat video. Let's see. On YouTube. That this game is made in Godot. Oh, wait. Mute. Good God. This game is made in Godot. And so it has it's called, what the fuck is it? Road to Vostok. So, I mean, people can make graphical stuff in it. 3D, first person shooters. Yeah, exactly. And he mentioned that in that video. I forgot. Me and Joker actually looked at that game a while ago. Or I remember us talking about it at least. So you can make, first person shooters in Godot. It's just the level of difficulty, and it's also like um so I was going to check out Unreal, but Unreal was so fucking huge. I couldn't believe um how massive the goddamn thing was to download. Like I could do it. It was blowing my mind. And Unity also, and Godot is so much smaller. But yes, I agree. People, if they're gonna make it, the engine, well, not any engine, and like Helldivers, those guys are using an outdated engine. That might be why it's so buggy. Yeah, it's huge. And then you can add in like the C# stuff, and it's even huger. All right, so I got this thing to work. What were we doing? We got our log thing. And now we can generate our counties. All right, I want this to be going to the log thing. So that's the next step here, which is our county checker. No, it's our county creator. There are for in the C# thing, I can't remember what it's called. All right, we want this thing now to go to the log. I don't think we need, this one is actually the one we want. Log control. Whoops. I guess I could have just copied this. I don't need these in here. Then let's do this here. Because I was already learning, so I moved this over from Unity. I was already, there we go, was already learning C#, and I figured why relearn. Yeah, well, I mean, why relearn a thing that's not as good? It's, so. And I mentioned this before. It doesn't really apply to me because I'm not trying to start a new career. I'm too old for a new career. But I think if you were to start a new career in game development or just in general, you're gonna have way more options if you did C# over Godot, GD script, because you could also get a career in other things in C sharp with GD script. You're gonna you're limiting yourself, you know. Has autocomplete. I mean, C sharp has autocomplete too. There's also that stupid. I don't know. Somebody in chat was saying the other day that it's good again. Copilot. Is it Copilot? GitHub's Microsoft thing. I think we should also put in here. What does this thing say? So when I just did that, what is the final? Creating mask. Oh, you know, we shouldn't do the creating mask in here. We should have this generate counties is what it should say down here in this big block of bullshit. Cut this. We'll move this to here, actually. This is what it should say. Whoops, not cut. I got an extra thing in here. But I want it to say when it's done. I guess it never says when it's done. It never really knows. So I actually paid for it for when it first came out because I was, you know, you got the free trial, and then the free trial, I was like, holy shit, this is great. I just put it on GitHub. I mean, it's not like it's a piece of shit. I'm allowed to say that because I wrote it. It's under my repository here. There should be a link too in the description. It's under this release. Like it isn't fun. It isn't. You can't. Bart, I'm replying to your. I can see YouTube. Sorry, I missed that your messages earlier. But anyways, yeah. So I used it for like the trial period. Copilot was amazing. I was like, holy shit, this is great. And then as I was using it, it got worse and worse to the point where it was just garbage. And I paid for it for like a month, and then I canceled. But someone recently said that they've fixed the issues. For the first like week, it was suggesting stuff that I hadn't thought of. That I was like, oh wait, that is a better way to do this. And it just got crappier and crappier. No, it's the executables in there. It's zipped. It's zipped in there. At least I hope it is. Is it not zipped in there? Yeah, it's this zip file. You should. 9, how's it going? You should just be able to download it, and it should have this stuff in here. I embedded the pack inside the thing. It's you know, I'm still surprised how big it is. Where was that thing? Actually, we'll look when it's uncompressed. I'm surprised that it's this big. And I know what it is. It's I made these things gigantic. The county map images and all those are fucking gigantic. And it's on my list somewhere to try to reduce that. In fact, I think it's on my list of what we're under the map editor right now. Reduce the number of duplicate. No, maybe it's not on here. We want this at the top. This is actually what we're doing. Oh, here it is. Map county files are smaller. They're really huge. So I don't have a thing that says that it's actually done. So we can do that right here, though. Yeah, we can do it right here. Log control. Oh, is it kind of big? I do need to deal with that because imagine this is what, 7 counties? And we're gonna have 500. So it's way too big. When I was making this, like this map, I exported it a number of times and I want to be able to zoom in really close. And as I was zooming in, as I made them smaller, this became uglier and uglier, more and more pixelated. I'm actually using pixelated correctly. I call everything pixelated, even though it shouldn't be. We can put this in here. There we go. So now let's run this. I wonder if I should change this to be my primary thing right now. All right, so we generate the counties. Okay, so let's do this actually. Let's put this back here. We want these masks, it turns out. We do want creating masks. We do want this here. Because otherwise, this doesn't. I think I don't have a program that will let me generate. I mean, I have GIMP, but I actually kind of despise GIMP. Yeah, the other thing's too fast, so we couldn't see it. So this is good. So this is what we want. And then we got to fix this save counties. So right now when we hit save counties, it works, but it doesn't tell us it's doing anything. I didn't see your humongous 3D part, man. I meant the message, but either one. Yeah, so this doesn't tell us it's doing anything. So we need to tell it that it's going to do something here, that it's actually doing something, and this is the creator. And I also want to change this to async. This is the wrong one. Where's this button? So on button up, saving county, does it do this? Yes, all right. So this is where we need to change this. And I always kind of struggle with this async shit. How does this one look? It's not here. How does this one look? All right, I'm going to move this to my other monitor. And so this one needs to be, is this going to work with a button? Async task. I need to add the fuck out of here. You need to add, yeah, button up. We need this await thing for each. It's await. I wrote this little node where so I didn't have to have this so many times. Because before I had it on like every one of them. There was this wait for frames in like every one of these things. Oh, but you know what we got to do here? This. Huh, it thinks that works. Let's do this again here. We have to delete these counties. And then we gotta play this thing. And then we gotta generate them. And it should tell us here. And then we hit save. And it should down here. Do nothing. I think I gotta do this differently. I think what I gotta do, because this is what I think I gotta do here, is go back. This has to be like this, and I think in here I need to put in a thing that is like a, how do I call this thing? Create counties. Where's my create counties on my other screen here? Await. Can I do that with them? All right, we're gonna go await. Await. Oh, it automatically changed that for me. We're gonna call this save counties. Nope. And then we're gonna generate this thing. And then we're gonna cut all this crap. And we're gonna put it in here. And then we need this await thing. But I want it over here again. So with async stuff, I don't really understand how it works. Like, correct enough. Whoops. So I just kind of like trial and error it until it works. Somebody in chat was trying to explain it to me one day, but I wasn't really listening to him. I just... all right, generate the counties. Save the counties. All right, so there they're going. This is how it should look. And because before it would just do it all, it would like kind of like choke the whole system, and then it would spit it all out. And so that's what we wanted. But we want over here now. Update label, and we want this. I guess this whole thing. And then we'll do this again. Then we'll not go to that thing. We'll go to here. You know what we didn't test though is if the game will check correctly if these things are already generated. All right, then we need a done thing. We should probably also, I don't know why I'm copying this stuff. I can just, I can type. I can just type. And we'll do this as well. What was that? What was that writer IDE? What the fuck is it called? Is it writer? I that comment earlier about the auto finishing. I wonder if that has better than this Visual Studio, because people often suggest that other IDE, whatever the fuck it's called. All right, let's play. We didn't add the finish thing though. So then once this is all done, we need this thing to say update label. All counties have been saved. We don't really have an error check in here, as if it doesn't save. They're already saved in here. Let's see what it says. Because before it was saying there's no files and whatever. Now we get this beautiful garbage thing that is just the test thing. So we probably should. Where is it hitting that thing? This is under. Not there. Not our controls. It's the county checker. This is going to happen so fast that we're not going to. Well, what we'll do is we'll do this. No files. Counties have been loaded from disk with a K. Remember when they're like the C? The disk with a C? Was a thing? Does anyone know what I'm talking about? All right. Well, let's try this again. We just don't want this garbage thing to be here. Counties have been loaded from disk. Perfect. We can hit save. Counties already saved. Delete them first. Generate. Oh, man. Now we're going to have all sorts of fucked up shit, though. Because I bet you we have 2 of them. We do. All right, so we need to have a check on that as well. See, there was stuff to do in this. Even the most basic stuff. Check map already generated. Counties have been loaded. So then on this is that button, though. Generate counties button. Where are you going to? County creator. Something on my other screen flashed. I don't know what. Counties have been loaded. Where is this going? County creator, generate. I'm not looking at the right file. Because this is why this flashed over on my other screen. Generate all. Is that what we're linked to? I would bet you it is. Yes. So on here, we're going to have a check of some sort. That shouldn't be that hard, actually. If, what do we call this? Map editor, globals, counties, parents, get children, count is great equals is not equal to 0, then we're going to do this shit. No, no, alt, else, else, uh, you know, what I should have done is made this thing print it to the console, this update label, also print it to the console, so I don't have to keep putting two things in at once. Counties have already been generated. Delete them first. Then we'll go back to here. All these little air checks or whatever are kind of easy to do. As fuck myself. I have one last. Nope, that didn't work. If get child count is not equal to 0, if it's equal to 0, do that, else do this. I don't know why I do that like every time. I feel like I do the same thing. I put in or instead of, all right, so there aren't any there right now. Instead of and I put like the opposite. Oh, there are counties. Oh, because we haven't saved them to disk. So perfect. They already exist. So we say generate, delete them first. Perfect. We say save, delete them first. So I think what we can do here, this is going to kind of, so the one problem with this is we're going to add a delete button to the map editor. The one problem with the delete button is if you have one of these counties open, it will not delete it. And that's kind of a huge issue. But I guess the player wouldn't be able to do that. So let's add a delete button in here. I don't know how much of the map editor we're gonna get through before I decide I don't want to work on it anymore. This control has a dumb name. We're gonna add another. No, we're not gonna add. We're gonna duplicate this save because so whatever the size is and shit, it's easier to duplicate it. What the fuck is this song? Sloth Rust? I know you guys can't hear my music, but this is going to be the delete counties button. And then we want to get rid of this script. And we want to get rid of this thing. I no longer use button up. I use pressed. I read about it some more. Then we're going to attach a new script to this. Basically, in Godot, pressed does the same thing as button up with some extra checks and things. And you can manually do button. I don't know. I'm talking at my ass. Like always. Like always. All right. We need to add a new script on here. New script. Delete counties button. What are these guys doing? So look at this. I have like this one just going off some other place. We're gonna attach the script to this button, I think. This is gonna get, so at the beginning it was very simple and it's gonna get kind of convoluted. It's gonna get very convoluted. And I don't know if I actually want to do this today, or get this started today. One of the things I want to do is you be able to edit the county information, like the resource that is each county in here. I don't think we'll need ready. So on this, what it's going to do is we're going to have to go, man, there's a lot of reading of disk shit here. We're going to say this is a private void, private coid, void delete counties. And we'll just do, we're going to do this is going to be an async thing. So we'll do a private void button pressed. And inside here, we'll delete counties. You know, we're going to do the wait thing. It's right here. What's your fucking problem? With the async method, I just did this. Async. How did I do this? I just did it 2 seconds ago. I was like, in my brain, I was like, oh, this is, I know how to do this. I just did it. But I guess that was under, I sure have a lot of crap open here. Await async void button up. Async void. Await. Async task. Async task. And then we're going to have something in here. It was under root, not root motion. It was under, I guess it's also under here. We're going to copy this root node. All right, what is this thing's fucking problem? Private async void. Hides inherited member. Oh, there's some sort of, oh, because this is a button. What did I do with this other one? This is a node. Huh. Is this a node? No, it's attached to a button. Is this save thing? I wonder why I put a node in it works. Who the fuck knows? Who knows? Who knows what I've done in the past or why I do it? I forgot to put a thing on. There's another one of those that I'm going to need to. I don't remember what it was, but I created some other script a second ago. It was the log control. Editor, map editor space. Surprised the log control hasn't given me shit. It's probably down here somewhere. Asking me these stupid messages. Yeah, the stupid messages. All right. I don't think I've done anything. I haven't done anything yet. So back to this delete thing. I'm just going to start closing stuff here. We're going to be working on the map editor for a bit, so we don't need this other crap just right now. Even though these are all pinned and stuff, it's going to be map editor for a while. Find neighbors we actually might move to here. I can't decide if it should be found in the map editor. The neighbor should be found in the map editor and saved to the county what his neighbor is. I almost think that's probably the best idea. So one of the things is when I, especially newer Paradox games like CK3, Victoria, and that's it. When you start those games, holy shit. It takes like 20 minutes for it to figure out its fucking deal the first time you start them after an update has happened. And it's fucking frustrating, especially if you're jumping between, like, let's say you play one mod and then you switch to another mod and then you switch back. Holy fuck. I don't want that shit to be happening. So maybe the map editor will have all that slow bullshit in it, but it will save everything else, and hopefully the loading thing. I'm not going to do the 3D graphics. Like, I don't think it's necessary for like the Crusader King stuff. And it's also above my skill and pay grade, and as in me paying someone. I don't have the money for that shit. So let's see. I'm gonna take a quick break. That's what I'm gonna do, and then when we come back, we'll do something. It's more of what I'm already doing. We're gonna more of the same. All right, I'll be back in less than 5 minutes. All right, I came back. I came back in. My cat was chewing on like a piece of thread that is attached to my bed, and he's he's just like trying to eat it, but he doesn't understand that it's attached. And he's still confused. I pulled it out of his mouth. He's still confused by it, though. He's just sitting there like, what the fuck was that? All right, so deleting the counties with a button. So the first thing we're going to do here is we're going to kind of copy this stuff. None of this shit's going to work. So we'll write it the correct way. Shit's jumping all over the place. I think I got too many things there. Delete counties button. We're going to move that in a second. It's just there temporarily. Open. We're going to open. Whoops. And then if directory is not equal to null, that's an interesting way to do it, but I mean, that works. It will list the directory, but this is not the correct directory. We got to go to open again. How did I do this? So the issue was when I was doing this in the other, when I was compiling it and it was having issues. We actually need globals to be back open here so I can look at it. It's not under UI. It's not under class. It's right here. So yeah, we need, oh, this using is wrong too. But we can copy this. This is good enough for what we're doing right now. We need to, this is gonna be file access. Get this out of here. And we can get rid of this crap. That was like some test stuff. That's what I do when I test. I just comment out a big chunk of it. Then this is going to be, well, what are we doing? We just need to open up the correct, we don't need a file. We just need to open up the directory and then delete everything in the directory. We don't want to make a mistake and delete everything out of like the list directory or our root directory, because that'd be a huge bummer. So what we need here actually is we're going to check this, that we're in the correct directory as well. Counties directory, dir access open res counties. I think it's a capital C, counties. Then let's double check that. We need to make sure that we are in, like I said, we're in the right directory. So in this particular case, how is this going to work? Let's see. The things are already here. You're going to push the delete button. They already have to be here. So we can check their name. There's got to be an easier way to do that. Let's do this. Let's comment all this crap out. This is more just for reference than anything else. Oh, we got extra shit down here. If this directory, counties directory, and then we'll do added it for dir How did I do that? I deleted it a second ago, and now I want it back. No, you go string directory array equals counties get file. It's like files. Yeah, it's just get files, and then for each string file in directory array gd prints file. Nope, just file. All right, so right now this is only just going to test that one thing. We need to set up a signal here though. And we need to go back to here, set this to pressed. And I go to source, pick button pressed. And I don't want to delete anything yet because, like I said, we don't want to accidentally delete our root directory. I don't think you can control Z your way out of that. All right, this did work though. This added I wonder if I can delete these things though while they're being used. We're in the right spot. I don't even know how to delete a file. Dir access delete remove. Godot delete file. Path to file. How old is this? 6 years ago. Holy flying fuck. Dir access remove. It just has remove absolute. What does this say? Well, you know why, probably, is we go county directory. Yeah. Permanently deletes the target file or an empty directory. The argument can be relative to the current directory or an absolute path. If the target directory is not empty, well, okay. Let's push all this code let's create a new branch. And we're going to call this map editor. And we're going to push all this code to GitHub first. Adding delete button to the map editor. This song's really good too. I'm getting some good music today. This is the Buzzcocks map editor. You guys can't hear it. I know. It's not on purpose. It's just how it is. Did I push this shit? Yeah. Okay, so let's run this. The reason why I want to do this, I want to implode my whole fucking thing once again. Don't want to delete. And it's in use now, right now, though, so I don't know how this is going to work. I guess it is not in use. It loads them all up. Um, well, they're gone. So what happens now? All right, they've been deleted from the disk. We need to update this thing. And that seems to have worked. So let's get this shit out of here. This was not used at all. I thought I was going to need that for references, but no. That's going to write it from my brain. We can move this down to here. And we can go and we can then also, you know what? I'm gonna fix this thing. This is what we're gonna do here. We're gonna cut this. We're gonna go to this thing. And we're gonna say that way we don't have to write it in there twice. We can just have it GD print the same thing to the console. And now we're gonna get some duplicates, but that's fine. There's nothing in here. So that's the first thing we need to check here, actually. We need to have button pressed. If map editor globals dot instance county, no, that's not what we need. We need it in here. If directories array length is greater than 0, it deletes this stuff. Else, whoops, else we're going to have it print on the log there are no counties to be deleted. Generate and save the counties first. This is quite long. We'll see. This is going to fuck up our little label there. We'll see how this works. But I'm pretty sure this is going to fuck up our whole thing here. No files in res. All right, so that's what we want it to say. And then we say delete. There are no counties. There are no counties to be deleted. Generate and save the counties first. And we don't have any errors. It just keeps telling us that there's nothing in here. So we'll generate. It's creating the masks. And then that's finished. We'll save this. Okay, so it said all counties have been saved before it was done. So that's a problem. So let's go back to our save thing. We'll pin this here. We'll pin this over here. We'll pin this over here, but we'll put it over here. We'll move this over here. What happened? Oh, I see. We need this to be out of here. It's once this for each thing is done. Man, why is everything working so well? I mean, there's that little bit of an issue earlier where I couldn't figure out the tags thing, but now everything's just like breezing along here. Counties loaded from disk. Is that true? Yep, there's some counties over here. Let's delete the counties. It happened so fast that we couldn't. Even though it's huh. Update all counties have been deleted. Is it really that quick though? I bet you if we compiled this wouldn't work. I keep calling it compiled, but I don't think it's actually it's not actually compiling. It's just some old school terminology. This is supposed to be, it waits one frame. Is it really that quick though? I mean, they're gone. So now that they're gone, well, I haven't, let's restart this. Whoops, wrong button. Well, it should bug out. Perfect. That's what we wanted. We haven't tested with if there are counties. We got to do that before the day's over. Now, there's no files in the counties, so we generate the counties. It creates the masks. We save the counties. Let's stop. Let's hit play and see if we get the crap out. We want it just to work, you know, they're there. All right, so everything still works there. Then we can run the editor again. Counties have been loaded from disk. Let's delete them. I mean, I guess it's just so fast. It's weird that it takes longer to load this shit than it does to delete it. I don't know what the... Disk loading versus deleting. SSD. I guess it doesn't really matter. But I was just curious if there was like that's normal. That it's loading, deleting. You know, maybe they don't actually delete anything. They just like wipe out where it's pointed to. Like, you know what I mean? Like where the file is resting on the disk is there's like something pointing. The name of it's pointing to where it is, and when you delete it, it doesn't actually delete the file. It just gets rid of the connection of where it's pointing. That's probably what it does, because it seems unusually fast. But now we got all that work. What the fuck? Like I said, this is all too easy. So all counties have been deleted, but we can still see this stuff. So what we should probably do is we need another button to refresh this, maybe? Or we could have, once it's deleted, it reloads everything. So on this, if we look at remote, we could also have it, I guess, get rid of these. It could queue free these things. That's probably the best way to do it. Let's rename this from disk. Macaroni and cheese or just macaroni? Then we're going to do another one here. Await. Delete. I may have mentioned this before, but I had this roommate his parents would send him like a care package of a variety of different things, like mac and cheese, refried beans, chili, like that type of stuff. And he would make it all and pour it all in one big giant pot and eat it. And it was disgusting. So he would have like his chili, his mac and cheese, and his refried beans all mixed together. Delete counties from county's parent. No, delete county nodes. So he would have like all of this food for a long time sitting in this giant pot of disgustingness. For each node, what are these things? Node 2Ds or something? This looks like a node 2D to me. It's blue. Yeah, it's a node 2D. For each node 2D, node in, no, we'll call it county in map editor globals dot instance dot counties parent dot get children county dot q free, and we'll do this kd, and we'll do log control. This is going to be very fast as well. Update label. Removing county nodes. County dot name. And all county nodes have been deleted. I gotta skip whatever this song is. And I know you guys can't hear it. All right, no files, so we gotta generate the counties. They've been generated. Let's save them. All files have saved. We're going to delete them. Oh, look at this. It's because we got to turn off. See, it's the mouse. We got to turn off the mouse thing. It's like, you're fucked up. Map editor controls. Delete. Editors controls dot instance dot controls enabled equals false. I think I actually already have this. I don't know why suddenly I'm shouting. I think I already have this. County creator. We'll pin this up here too. I feel like I already put this in somewhere. Map editor controls. Yeah, it's at the bottom right here. No files, generate them. Yeah, this is so much better. I don't know why I like this so much better. It's not really, it doesn't really do all that much more. You ever get that feeling that you're like wearing out a spot on your hard drive by like saving and deleting? I mean, it doesn't work that way, but it sometimes I feel like it, it does. All right, this is way better. Once again, I don't know why I think it's way better, but it is. So what? How much? I got a half hour. Do I want to work on the map editor all weekend? What's next? Let's go through the list here and take a look. All right, we did this. Yeah. Well, I mean, that doesn't surprise me. I think I clicked on her once. Yeah, exactly. Like I opened YouTube earlier and during this stream, and I was like, "Oh shit, do I want these dudes to be able to see what I've been looking at on my shorts?" Ugh. I mean, the male there is. Ugh. This actually isn't that bad. Oh, it's because we're on my other thing. Anyways, um, I was looking at something earlier today. I was like, I gotta look at this chick. She's fucking hot. It just happens. Dudes like to look at scantily clad women. It's even though I have full access to porn, occasionally I'm like, whoa, that chick's hot. Obviously, don't be a creep, but it doesn't surprise me. Um, yeah, it's part of it. Um, and it's so years and years and years ago, one of my friends found out that I like streamed occasionally video games, and she's like, "What is that?" And I explained like what Twitch was and stuff, and she was like, she was trying to get like a workout like company together, like where people like where she taught classes on how to work out, and she's like, "Do you think I could stream on Twitch of me working out?" And I was like, "Probably, I don't know." And so I mentioned it to my other friend who is also a streamer and a woman, and that streamer was very upset by it. Was like, "No, we don't need women scantily clad streaming on Twitch." And I was like, "Okay." Um, I didn't think of it being as like my friend who was the workout person streaming her ass. You know what I mean? Like I just thought she wanted, and that's what she wanted was to like have people join her workout class. Um, and so there's definitely some people who are very passionate about that being on Twitch, but I don't think it hurts anyone, if that makes sense. Like I don't know. It's I have to label my streams that they're obscene because I cuss a lot. So I assume the other ones are also labeled the same way. I don't know. I do wonder sometimes when I've talked to a couple people in chat and been like, this person's probably 10 years old. They're only supposed to be on here if they're 18. Like that type of feeling. I don't know. It doesn't feel like it's ruining Twitch or whatever. Didn't I just close this? I did. It just a never ending slow. Get the fuck out of here. Get. All right, we did this. Save button county will save the counties twice. Did we fix that? I don't think we did. Yeah, we didn't fix that. So we need to fix that. So if files length equals 0, oh, okay, well, this is a different problem. We did fix that. The different problem is that we removed these and now they're getting new numbers. Wonder why. There was nothing there though. Hmm. Yeah, exactly. You know, I used to be like very like I can't believe people enjoy Legos or whatever. I'm just pulling some shit out of my ass. But now I don't care. I'm like, man, if you want to go play with your fucking Legos, go play with them. I don't care. Like, who gives a shit? You know what I mean? Uh, so this must be all right. When we save this, uh, like light's too short for me to care what other people are enjoying. You know, as long as it doesn't hurt anyone else, who cares? Um, resource saver, packed scene, update label, saving county node. So wait, is this generating in the remote? Does it add, or is there two of them? What the fuck? No, there's only one of them. Why would it add? Where's it getting this starting number? No, that's not. This is all going to break when we. The county creator. No, it's not that. The county loader is what we want. Is this is on? No, this is the wrong one. Get out of there. This is county creator. Except we're not. There was nothing in there. Let's delete this. I guess we'll just fix this and then call it a day. So this has deleted. There's nothing in here. The remote has nothing. And then if I hit generate, we can get, I got this duplicate in here now. Where's it getting this fucking number? So it is under the generate. County name. For each county in county resources auto load. What the flying fuck is that? Oops. Load county resources. So this keeps adding. So this is the problem. This keeps adding to the end of the list. But why isn't it loading the whole list then? Can I look at this thing? Where is this thing? County resources auto load. I can't look at it though. It's an array. They're already knowing that you're not, they're already learning. Oh, this is a Godot collection. Path to county data. So this is loading. Huh. What are we doing in this? This doesn't bug out either. So I guess after we open up the res root folder path earlier, this continues. I can then use variables. Huh. That's a whole different issue, but there's one thing we can. Oh, I guess this is an old build. I already took that shit out. For each county, county datas. County's parents, it adds a child. I feel like this is like wrong. Even though I deleted them, like they're still. County data dot county ID. County data dot county ID. Packed scene. Instantiate. County packed scene. Mostafa, how's it going? How was your afternoon or morning or evening? So what is this thing doing? It should only run this once. Load county resources, unless we're like running this again somewhere. We're not. I am working on the map editor, and I noticed that when we save these counties, they start going up. Like if you do it multiple times, it starts adding a number. Like the number should always be 0 through 6 or whatever, but it starts adding additional, like continuing where it left off last time, and I'm not sure why. So this is like a 2D 4X, but there's like a map editor that's built in. Well, it's barely anything right now, but it's it will be built in, so where like the player or whatever could edit the map and set up a game with a different map. It takes place in North America now, but like let's say you lived in South America, you can load a South America map that you created or whatever. That's the plan, at least. But all right, so let's go back to our generating counties. This is the county creator. If the count equals 0, which it would equal 0 at this point, we hit generate counties. It's going to go through. It's going to go through each. There's got to be like a list somewhere that's fucked up. Like, what is this? This is the problem. What is this fucking thing? We're counting up some variable. This is the problem right here. It's this variable right here. Reset the county ID so that it doesn't keep, doesn't start off as, start off where it, that's fine. We'll just put it right here. It's, I don't, so I was thinking about this so someone in chat the other day, like this is a couple of months ago probably, said that programming is easy but doing it good is hard. And I think that that's a pretty good statement. Like you can do some basic shit pretty easily, but it's it's when it starts getting complicated, and it's also like I've gotten stuff to work on my program, but I've also done it probably like a terrible way. And like it works, but it's shitty. Okay, this still went up. Oh, I gotta restart it. And I think that's like, you just gotta do baby steps. You gotta have your expectations low and then just baby step this shit. All right, we're gonna generate the counties. This should do the 0 through whatever. We still gotta get this. We're getting duplicates here. Here, where this thing could go. There's one duplicate gone. There's another duplicate gone. Duplicate gone. Duplicate gone. All right, I think that's it. Which has nothing to do with this. We need to save these. Now they're there. We need to delete these. Then we need to generate them again, and this is where we'll see if we're getting the, oh man, oh we didn't. We'll see on the remote here. All right, that was it. That was the whole fucking thing, was that stupid ID thing. So probably, actually, so I know some of this I didn't save. We probably don't need this to say 0 here. How much time do I got left? Like 13 minutes. Let's rearrange this. So I definitely want to do research next. Oh, did we even finish this though? Let's see if I finish this. Let's hit the, we don't have, let's save these. And then let's hit save again. Okay, so that's fixed. So we did this thing. Whoops. Then refresh this thing since it's so fucking slow. I still can't decide. Pick the map files from disk. We could do that. We could work on this tomorrow too. We probably should find the neighbors in the map editor just in case. It will take a while, so we'll do this. Drag and drop county overlay location. Cannibalism? Not yet, but that is something I would like to add. Reduce the number of duplicate maps. The color can never be the same. This would be nice too. We actually might be able to do this here. Well, I was thinking like cannibalistic biker gangs would be nice. You know, just cannibals in general too. Why the hell not? Well, we'll need to have like all sorts of crazy shit though to add like what preferences of food people would want. And then the other thing I want to add in here is edit county resources and edit faction resources. And then, well, we should break this down probably. We should edit county owners too. And then these are the three big ones. Let's break this down into something smaller, like edit county names or something. And whoops, I want to convert that into a, and this is for next time. I'm going to call it a day after we've adjusted this slightly. And the thing with when we do this research one, it's everything that we change in research is going to kind of have like these effects that go out and affect all these other things. So it's the when we start working on research, which is the base level of stuff, because that affects like the buildings you can build, ideologies, stuff like that. But that's not going to happen this weekend. But we'll start work on the improving, and we'll put like a real research in. Before it was just like, you know, just fucking test research, but we'll start adding real types of research in. And I still can't decide. I guess I got to run it. I still can't decide is there anything saved in here? There is. If I want to have lines, go to like the next tier of research. I mean, probably. I don't know. Well, I'll figure that out too. Let me finish this thing, and then I'm gonna call it. We'll push it to the new edit faction. Convert this to an issue. Edit faction name. And then I'm gonna be very, very skilled at disk stuff by the time I'm done with this. Edit county owners. All right. And so let's also, though, the first thing we'll do is add a map editor button to main game. This is gonna fucking break shit, but this is what we're gonna do next time. So that way, if you're in the main game, you can get to the map better. Just because when we're gonna have it in a menu somewhere. Do we need that? Maybe not. Maybe we don't want that. But let's put this. Maybe we don't. All right, we'll decide tomorrow. Let's push this to added a save or added a delete button and a log label. It's very similar to the last thing. And what we'll do from now on is every time we push to main, I guess we'll recompile it and we'll have a new release that we'll release. And I'll build, like, we'll have some sort of a checklist or something that I go through, and it'll be really quick now that I've done it once. You know, when I try to do it again in 2 months, I'll forget how it happens. But yeah, each time we push to main, we'll just put a new release. I mean, the releases are gonna suck for another year, but it just for fun, just to get that like mindset, the game developer mindset, you know, that you got to release stuff. But anyways, that is it for me today. Thank you guys for joining me, and sorry I didn't have the YouTube comment syncing originally. So anyways, talk to you guys later.